Shouldn't have put that right. Anyway, so yeah. Today we are going to be making CC, and I will show you everything on what you need. Right, we're going to need Milkshape 3D, Blender, which is another one, this is Resource Workshop, I would say Sim3 PE, but that honestly is your choice. If you're making poses, I'll show you how to do that, how to make specific horse poses. And this one is basically going to be about creating, like a simple bridle. You know, I'm not going to go into like in depth of how to create a specific bridle, because I'm not going to sit here and mesh a hackamore bridle, because honestly I will not have time for that. And as always, the Sims Resource Workshop for me is being stupid. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up here, where is it? Photoshop, yes. Now, if you want to know how to, you get Photoshop, Google is your friend, so just Google it, honestly. If not, post a comment down below. And people of EcoSims, this is the best tutorial I can do for you guys. I mean, I wouldn't recommend using this, like... I'm going to try and do it slow, but I'm a fast worker and a fast learner, and I can't do things as easy as everyone else. But, right, so we have Sim3, not Sim3P, Milkshape 3D. Right, now, for those of you who can't or don't know how to get it registered, I will show you that. If you just PM me, I can get you this, like, registered. I mean, I don't condone piracy and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, the internet, and it's got means and ways of doing things on Google. I mean, you find things out pretty simple. If you do have any problems or any questions and you can't get your objects into game, please do go through the video again, because this is a very daunting task, and I was taught by Sugar Legacy Stables on how to do CC, because she is just a legend. So, getting it in game, and also, so yeah. So, another thing you are going to need is plugins. Plugins for Milkshape. Now, I have found, I will put in links in the description of what I have found, what plugins, how to install them, how to install the plugins into Milkshape 3D, because you are going to need to export, what's that thing? Workshop object files. Right, because you are going to need to do that. Now, our next thing that we are going to need is, if you just, guys, just give me a minute. Alright, we are going to need, Mesh Toolkit. Now, here. Now, this is a lifesaver of a tool. You're going to need this for every model you make. Anything that you're putting on a horse, taking off a horse, doing something to a horse. That just sounded so wrong in so many levels. But, so yeah, we're going to do that. Now, first, we're going to get... Now, I'm not going to sit here and show you from scratch of how to mesh a bridle. But what I am going to do is I'm going to just quickly whack on Google. I'm going to get an example of a bridle. That is my emails. That is not what I want. That is, again, not what I want. Right, okay. So welcome to my private life, sort of. Anyway, so I'm going to quickly go. I want to create this. So draft bridle. Now, I want to create a show draft bridle. And why have I gone to shopping? That's not going to help me. And the show draft bridle that I am going to be creating today is going to be a simple, no, that's too difficult. I'm not, right, now this one's going to involve chains, but if we want to go for a simple standard show bridle, draft bridle, this one can be done, but it will be difficult. Now, what I will do for everyone is I will create like a starter package for bridle bits and buckles and like little circles and that, and like little bits and bobs that you want. Because I mean, like when I first started meshing, I was here for hours, I was here for days. You know what, I pretty much lived at my computer because I just didn't know how to do it. I kind of just learned and taught myself how to mesh. So I will teach you tips and tricks, but I can't fully teach you everything that you exactly want to know. So say if we're going to go for a standard bridle, now I'm just going to do, let's just do another standard racing bridle, because I've done one of those before and they are pretty nifty to do, but you know. So anyway, so we're going to go into the Sims Resource Workshop. Now we're going to click on horse, because we're going to need to get, like, for beginners, I mean, I personally still use a reference mesh to work on, because my UV mapping always messes up unless I use a reference mesh. So I don't know what's going on there, but I'm not the best. Like I said, I can only give you a tutorial on meshing, some part UV mapping, and I'll put in links of UV maps, and I'll put a big long description. So sorry for this talking, but like I was saying, so we're going to need to open up a pretty basic bridle. Now you can go with a simple one like that, or if you want to add hoops. Now because I'm going to be adding hoops to mine, we could add that one, but the possibilities are sort of endless. I mean, Sims really didn't give us much of a choice, did they? Anyway, so I want to go for, let's go for just this, pretty basic, and we're going to call it Simple Racing Bridle. Okay, so I'm just going to, right, this part is just annoying, so I'm just going to put SRB. For Simple Racing Bridle, you know, because, oh, we need a space with that AH part. Right, now you're going to click next and you're going to click OK. What am I doing? Who is messaging me? Right, okay, so now with this, you kind of pretty much have the hoops there already for you to use. So I just kind of nick them. This bridle has hoops, buckles, everything you need. Now, the only reason why I work so fast paced is because I do use a lot of help from these bridles, because I personally am not the best modder out there. I really am. I mean, I do kind of swing around on what to use and how to use. So we're going to go to mesh. Now, you want to select high level of detail, and you want to select this little red box here, or this box that's got a red arrow. That's going to be export. So we're going to want to export this mesh and do it as a wave front object, and we're going to save it as Simple Racing Bridle, and then we're going to put 1. Well, you can call it whatever. I'm going to put 1. Alright, now we're going to save that. That's done. Now we're going to need to import this mesh, but before we import this mesh, we need a reference mesh around to work on. Again, I will put it in the description below on this reference mesh, because this reference mesh, bleh, my words get muddled up. Right, it's called the rrig.object. Now, I use this for making poses as well, but this is a great mesh to work around. Now, we're not going to need the whole body for this one, so we're going to select, because things would just get messy, and what we're going to do is we're going to click select here, and we're just going to highlight, like click and drag here, and we're going to delete all of it, and this is just going to, yeah, there we go. Now, make sure when you do select, though, that this is, why didn't I minimize that earlier, right? So this is on select, and make sure it's on vertex, and you're going to want to select these little vertexes, and you're going to want to delete that, and you're going to want to delete that, and so on and so forth. And yeah, I'm just doing this for the sake of easiness. Anyway, so because we're making a bridle, we're going to need the head of the horse. Now, we're going to, wait, now make sure you go to groups. Now, oh, what I'm doing here, I'm literally clicking and moving my mouse. Hold click and move mouse, if you don't know that one. Right, so you should have these like 4 views.